All right, everybody, we're back once again with another episode of the What's Up Sucka podcast, coming live from my living room. As you could see, I went and had surgery to repair a torn bicep.
Jacking off too hard, man.
Jacking off too hard. Yes, and people ask, can you still jack off? No, I can't. I'm right-handed, and this is uncomfortable. They had to reattach my bicep. I tore it off the bone, and I guess they said they were going to use a cadaver ligament, which is taking a ligament
you're
off
Frankenstein.
of
Frankenstein's monster.
I was hoping it's like some pimps, some rowdy old pimps fucking ligament so that my backhands will get fucking rowdy, dude. I could just walk at the cabrón. Thank you, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Maximus. I don't know. Do y'all know Max? Max always has to be in the mix. But yeah, so I had the surgery. I'm out of commission for 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm just chilling, dude, trying to recover. I haven't been taking my my pain pills because I don't want to. They gave me Tylenol with codeine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like taking any of those things with codeine and stuff that constipate you.
Yeah.
Because, dude, last time I did that when I had my knee surgery and I didn't take a stool softener or any of that. Ooh, boy. I think like 2-3 weeks later, man, after surgery.
Have you gotten used to wiping yet with the left hand?
Oh, you don't get used to it, dude.
Okay.
It's like having a friend wipe your butt for you. When like you think jacking off fucking with your other hand is like having a stranger over. Try having a stranger wipe your butt.
Get your fingers right. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm just like, where?
You bring up the toilet paper like this. Like, why did my hand do that?
Yeah, I'm just like, what angle am I supposed to be at for this?
I'm just gonna take a shower.
Yeah, it's very not normal. Even taking a shower. Also, what's hard is washing your armpits. Washing my left armpit with my left hand is not. And and then eating this hand doesn't reach my mouth. Like I can't feed myself. I can't drink anything.
Yeah.
And so everything's with my left hand, everything. And it's just, it's a little awkward, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
Where you get those long forks? You seen those? It's like 1.5 feet long.
No. I could get the long fork, but
yeah.
I'm not trying to get the long fork. I managed to eat with my left so far.
Man, you managed to give yourself braids too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed the cornrows, y'all. Look at, just got those thanks to Daniela Martinez, Art. Shout out to Art, my buddy Art's daughter. She does hair, and I went by there to go visit him today, and she was like, "I could braid your hair for you real quick," and I was like, "Dude," because another thing I can't do is put my hair in a ponytail.
That makes sense.
So I can get someone to put it in a ponytail, but then when I go to bed and get up in the morning, it's kind of got all frazzled, rocked up, and then I take a shower, and then now it's more out, and then I got to find someone to put it in a ponytail again, and she put it in these cornrows, so I should be able to leave it like this for maybe a week. You know, when I sleep, I just won't move. That's another thing that sucks, too, sleeping, dude.
Is it worse than the knee or the shoulder?
The pain level, no. But I stopped taking my pain pills after day two, day 3, 2.5. I took like 2 pills like 2 days out after it started to hurt when all the
nerve pain.
Dude, yeah, because it felt like I didn't even have my arm here, dude. Like I could touch it and didn't even know I was even touching my own hand. It was completely dead. They gave me that shot in my shoulder, they said, that just kills the nerve. It just like straight down right here and boom, and your whole arm goes dead. And once that wore off though, because I couldn't move my hand at all. I'd sit here, just try to move it. I'd be like, and it wouldn't move at all. And then one day it went like that. It just barely moved. And I said, dude, I can move. And then I was like, oh no, here it comes.
Now you felt it.
And here comes the pain. And that's when I started taking the pain pills. They said, if you think you can feel it coming, get ahead of it. Don't wait till you're already hurting. So I started taking, like right now I'm hurting, dude. And so,
It's a nerve pain, like shooting down your whole arm.
no, it's weird. It feels almost like it's where the incision is. I think, because I'm not sure where the incision is. I think it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
But something in there burns, like the blood's coming back to it and it itches and stuff. And like right now it's this burning, like kind of itch, and then it'll kind of go away. Like right now it's going away a little bit. But then it'll just start to hurt, dude. Sometimes I'll do like a little bit too much with this arm as far as not wearing the sling and grabbing, trying to hold something light like a napkin with it, a towel,
Yeah.
and grabbing my cup with the other hand. And then I notice it'll start to just throb, and I'm like, fuck, I'm doing too much with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tomorrow I go to my first follow-up appointment, and they take off the bandages, and I get to see what they did.
Maybe a little arm.
And yeah, white little arm, and then I don't know. I go from there, and then that's 2 weeks. So let's see how I'm feeling. It hurts, like right there. That hurts on my wrist. I think they cut my wrist to get the ligament out of there.
So you said they did use a cadaver, or they wanted to use a cadaver?
They said that they were gonna use a cadaver, or that they were thinking of doing the cadaver. And then he said, or I'm thinking about just getting a ligament from your wrist. And I said, I don't know if I really want to go that route, because I don't want to have to rehab my wrist now too, you know. And he's like, oh, no, it's nothing. But you don't even need that ligament and all this stuff. And I was like, really? I just have an extra ligament in my wrist. And so he just said that and went on. And then after surgery, he came up to me.
Isn't this a ligament? Is this a ligament, this part right here on the inside of your wrist?
I guess so, yeah.
Some people don't have that, and apparently you don't need that.
Well, maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he came and he just said,
use the ligament that connects your dick to your pelvis.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, dude. Like every time a chick comes by, my hand gets all fucking. And then this ligament was to slap her. So I don't know what they did. I don't know. So I guess we'll see tomorrow. I don't know, but it does hurt. It's not as much pain as my knee surgery or my ankle surgery. I don't.
All those were what, last 5 years?
The ankle was like 2 years ago, and the knee was about 8 years ago. So yeah, dude, it's been a tough fucking decade. I tell you that.
Yeah.
But oh well. But it's done. I'm on the road to hurting myself again, because all my deductibles paid up. Shit, dude. Like, don't dare me to do something, because I can do it now. So I don't know. And then I hadn't gotten on stage since Upstage, since we did the show at Upstage. That was like 3 years ago.
The one we did
with Damon at Howie's thing.
Howie's thing.
That was about 4 years ago. Right?
What was that? 3 weeks ago?
About, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun, but that was the last time I've been on stage, because I didn't know what this recovery was going to be like, so I didn't want to try to get booked for anything. But sometimes it's good when I take these breaks like that. I like when I come back, I have all kinds of things to talk about now after this. And I'm also binge watching Euphoria.
How's that?
Dude, have you seen that show?
No.
Dude, you have teenage kids or about to have teenage preteens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to start watching that show.
It's about teenagers, right?
It's about teenagers they're teenagers but junior, senior year of high school to freshman, sophomores in college, to just beginner college.
That was always weird to me watching, because my wife watches a lot of shows like that, and it's just like anything that has to do with sex and people in high school, I don't want to watch it.
Dude, that's what
it is, right?
Drugs, sex.
Yeah. And we're watching high schoolers do it.
Yes.
But they're like, but it's not really high school. It's like, yeah, but
it's portraying high school. And
yeah,
it's about how they show like a way a girl became a cam girl. posting cams on to sell them online.
OnlyFans, yeah.
Like an OnlyFans, except that they're not calling it OnlyFans, but they do mention OnlyFans, but she's doing her own private cam thing,
Yeah.
for money, and how at that age they're all bragging about not being virgins, and then dudes are like, really? Yeah, right. And well, I'm not. I could do anything, and we'll prove it. And then they go bang some dude while the other dudes film it, just to prove that they're down.
Yeah.
And then that video's getting circulated, and the girl, but you can't really see her face, but it's a big girl. So other people are seeing it, and her friends are like, "Is that you? It looks like you, but we can't." And she's like, "No, that's not me." And then she goes and tells those dudes that posted it, "Hey, you better take that video down, or I'm going to the police, and they're gonna get you for child pornography because I'm only 16 or 17." And they're like, "What?" So they're all scared, and then they take it down, but she's still getting comments on, "Hey, where's that video? That girl was so hot." And then she's reading the comments going, "Oh my God, people think I'm hot."
Yeah.
And then she decides to do it on her own, but with a mask on. And then you're like
a
yeah.
luchador?
You could see that happening, and then and then there's a girl doing the drug thing whose mom is trying to stop her from doing drugs, piss testing her when she gets home, but she's going and having her friend who's clean piss in a jar, and she's taping it to her leg.
If you knew you could make money doing straight porn, all right, straight porn, and you could wear a mask, would you do it?
No, because I could have, and I didn't.
Oh, really? They were going to give you a mask?
No, they just no, they didn't ask me. No one had a mask. And
so somebody said, "Hey, every Monday through Friday, you come here at 12. You're gonna fuck for 2 hours. I'm gonna pay you 10 grand. Each day's a different girl."
I mean, that's a loaded question, I guess. I guess you could say, like, I'm a single dude and I go and it was this hot chick, and you're gonna pay me 10 grand to have sex with her. Yeah, I would probably do it. I ain't even gonna lie.
But it's porn.
As a single, yeah, I know, but it's gonna be marketed on the internet or.
Oh, it's gonna be in the front of Pornhub, like first page, like everybody knows these videos.
Nah, for 10 grand, I'm not. I mean, so you go. So there's a price to it. I mean, I guess of course, like if you, because that's not life changing money. That's maybe ruin my life.
50 grand a week.
I know, but that's maybe ruin my life money.
Yeah.
Not life changing in that way. But if you said, "Hey, we're gonna give you $5 million a contract right out the gate," to do it, then I go, "Hey, yeah." Well, and if things don't go well and I can't find a job, I've got $5 million saved up where I'm gonna be okay. But if I get 10 grand, am I gonna be okay? No. After.
So
couple of months
for $5 million, you'll be porn Zorro and wear that mask and everything.
I'll be porn Zorro for $5 million. If you can get some of your rich buddies, your billionaire podcast friend in Miami to fucking put up the $5 million fucking to film a porn with some hot chick that I'm attracted to.
But everybody would know it's you because your arm.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. They're putting up $5 million.
My arm.
They're putting up the $5 million, and then let them know it's me, and then I just go, "My bad," but they gave me $5 million, and then everyone goes, "Oh," and they say, "Yeah, I'm single." Now, if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't do it.
That's got to feel the worst. Like if you're like, it feels bad when you put up a comedy clip that doesn't do that well. It gets like 500 views or some shit, right?
Oh,
that's brutal,
right? Damn, dude, what do you mean?
But imagine putting up like you thinking you're this is the sexiest moment of my life. I'm gonna post this video and then nothing.
You mean
nobody watches?
You mean it's a porn?
Yeah, you start your own OnlyFans and you make no money. Oh, yeah. You put it for free so people can see it and people still don't watch it. That's gotta feel
that's gotta fucking hurt.
Way worse.
But there's gotta be a lot of those. There's gotta be a lot of those people that are delusional and just go on there and put stuff. And but then again, it has a reverse effect. People look at it as a joke too.
Comics would be going to the more delusional one, but for them, I think it's more just things have gotten so bad that it resulted in me having to do sex work.
Like, you did?
No. I'm saying like for them thinking that it's not like I'm delusional. Like I think I'm the hottest person and everybody's gonna watch me want to have sex. I think it's more like I can do this, and I've heard you can make money doing this.
Well, there's that girl that was on. I don't want to say her name. You know who I'm talking about? The girl that was on Tires.
Yeah.
And
There's a few comics that have their own.
but she goes on there talk and she brags about how that she made X amount of money showing her butthole. She specifically says showing her butthole
Yeah.
on OnlyFans. And actually, I just saw a thing that popped up on it. I don't know if it's an Instagram reel, and it's her just laying there in it with a string. It looks like almost like she's naked, but you could tell it's on her waist, laying on her stomach, and it's just her. It's basically an ass shot, and it's like a. It's not a picture. It's like a video.
Yeah.
And she's just laying there like if she was about to get a massage maybe or something. And just showing her butt like that. And she's got a nice body and all that. But, I mean, she does that route. And I guess, I mean, if there's no shame in that, should she be slut shamed or called out for that because, or is it whatever?
I think the line becomes where you start when there's some type of insertion.
Of penetration. So if she's playing with dildos and
there's levels to it, or you getting fucked by dudes, or you're having
or
orgies,
she's fingering herself or something like that.
Yeah.
Then you're saying, "Oh, what a slut!" But
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that's when other people, the society would say that.
Yeah, I think a lot of
that's when society draws the line when there's penetration.
Yeah, when penetration really puts it puts a little twist on it.
You think it's just penetration?
Well, I mean, there's levels of the penetration. There's the
you don't think just
she's
being
flicking
under,
her bean to, which isn't really penetration.
I think if they were just on there like, I don't think they even have to be penetrated. If they were on there like just spreading their legs all crazy like that.
Yeah.
Not even penetration, just showing their vagina or dude.
It's okay. It's
dude,
kinda,
and then show euphoria.
So this is what I'm thinking. It's like okay, if you're gonna date a girl, there's a big difference between dating a playmate and dating somebody who did straight up porn. I mean, Playboy is porn, but it's at the same time
soft porn.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's a difference if you're showing pictures or even video where you're doing that, because Playboy,
you're having sex.
Penthouse has that. You know what I mean? But people aren't like, oh, you do porn. You're like, you were in a magazine.
Okay, well, I mean, it's just pictures, though, and you're saying Playboy.
Well, OnlyFans can be pictures, there is video, too, but OnlyFans can be pictures.
Like, there's this lady that I know, she's a good-looking older woman, and I know she's, like, on the cover of over 50 Playboy, if that's a real
There's
thing.
an over 50 Playboy?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing that she just, but she has these magazines at her business, and she's on them, and all of a sudden I think, this rumors are that she's trying to do porn and.
Well, there's a demographic for
like
that.
Oh, I'm sure there is, yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, at this age, it wouldn't be a goal of mine to get into porn in my 50s. I don't know, and I just wonder, like, if that's a good look for, someone in the professional world to say, I'm gonna.
No, that's not necessarily Playboy over 50.
No, you can find, but so like to dibble and dabble in the porn world.
And this guy dibbling and dabbling.
And dibbling, dabbling, in an older age, and when I say older age, like probably 40s and up,
Yeah.
getting into that, I wouldn't think it's gonna be a good end result.
Right.
I don't know. I think maybe if you do it,
actually,
you get your rocks off. Maybe it's because you have a high sex drive at that age still.
I think if you do porn later in life rather than earlier, you'll be better at the industry, because if you start at 18 or 21,
you're bitter and all that, huh?
You're just dumb. You don't know what you're doing. You're throwing into this.
So by the time you're older, you're bitter. You've already been
40,
used up.
You're like, I'm already a whore. I do this for fun. Let me film it now and see if I can make some money.
Yeah, let me be smart. Let me be business set. I could see that angle of it. But I just don't think when all the smoke clears and you do your little mission of being want to be porn star and stuff in your older age, that I think you'll have lost a lot of family and friends that will probably disconnect from you. completely. You know, a lot of people just distance themselves from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when it's all said and done, you probably will have some regrets about doing it and going, was it worth it to have your, 15 minutes of fame to show people? And then you might be, and then now you're having grandkids at this age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now your grandkids are hearing it from their friends, and they're going, Grandma, was that really you doing that? And well, and now you're having these talks and you're going, fuck, how do I get this down? Now, and I bet you there's probably a lot of that. I'm sure there's the fuck it. Grandma was a mad fucking a mad woman. She didn't give a damn.
Well,
I'm sure there's that, but there's probably more of the
it would ruin
fuck.
it. Like for me specifically, yes, I would never do anything like that because that would definitely ruin every single relationship I've ever had, pretty much.
Damn, we should have 100 miles an hour.
Kind of crazy. You're like, Grandpa used to do porn. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't want to watch it. Well, maybe the beginning part before he pulls his dick out.
Yeah, Grandpa used to do porn. Grandma used to do porn.
Grandma used to do porn. No. Grandma used to do porn. I don't. That would be like, everybody would be like, "Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that." But Grandpa doing porn.
Yeah, but
that's funny. And then your grandpa does stupid like, "Yeah, then I used to do this," and then we laugh about it because Grandpa's just a dirty old fuck.
Yeah, but Grandma's a dirty old fuck.
Grandma is too, but you don't talk about that.
No, but that's the truth, though. But that's
it is the truth.
It's still whispered about.
The whispers don't even get. The whispers get.
Grandma's got the regrets.
Shouted down.
Grandpa brags about it, and Grandma's got the regrets.
Yeah,
I bet like the couples that make their homegrown porn and put it out there.
There was a girl that I dated in college who said she found a porn tape, a sex tape of her parents. And her little sister watched it.
Oh, I was like, and how old were they when they watched this?
They were like little. I don't know how old, but they
like
were
high school or younger.
Younger than high school, probably like middle school.
Oh, nice.
And so they saw that, and I go, "Oh my god! So you remember that?" She goes, "Yeah, I remember that. My dad had a big dick." And I was like, "All right, that's a weird thing to say."
Yeah, that
after.
sure is.
I was like, "All right, I don't even go further with this. That'll be enough."
That's what those these girls that I know, whose parents had a band.
Yeah.
When, I guess junior high and high school, and the oldest sister was just like 2 years younger than me. So say I was a senior, or just graduated. Now probably I was a senior and she was a sophomore. And then her younger sisters were probably like in 7th and 8th grade. Mm-hmm. But her parents were in this band, and they would take off to go do gigs almost like every Friday and Saturday. And we would hang out at their house and drink. They had a bar. They were the cool parents that had a bar and all the shit. It would be like hanging out over here if I had teenage kids, and I was gone every weekend. And so we'd be hanging out over there, getting in the bar, drinking. And then we ran across. Well, then they told us, our parents have a whole box of porn tapes. And we were like, what? And I remember going through them, and they knew, like, each one, like, this is the one that there's this and that. And this is the one that there's this, and that.
Yeah.
And this is that girl that does this. And this. And I was just like, oh, shit. Like, they, in their head, they already had them. So at that age, that stuff must have, like, burned a fucking visual into your fucking brain.
Yeah, I remember
seeing your dad's dick.
I remember that, but that's not what I was gonna say. I actually every morning that I woke up for school, we had one shower that we'd all use, and my mom would take a shower, and then she'd wake us up, and then my dad would be in the shower, and my brother and I were like sitting right there on the bathroom floor next to the toilet, butt naked, waiting to get in the shower next before school, and my dad gets out and I get in.
This was your senior year?
This was my senior year in college.
Okay.
No, I was like 5, 6, and it was just like her.
Your 5th, 6th year of college?
Yeah, 5th, 6th year in college. That's not what I was gonna say though. Fuck. Now what was I gonna say
about them? And it wasn't weird that you were there.
Oh no, that the porn. I remember. The first few times I saw it, it was just like I liked the softcore stuff I saw on like HBO or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't real porn. And then the first time I saw something like graphic that I didn't want to watch porn for a good,
You know,
a good 3 hours.
I can't even
But it
remember.
fucked me up.
I remember seeing like you said the Showtime,
Yeah.
and I think the first time I saw it was the squiggly line. It was the station that didn't come in right because it was being scrambled, but you could at night you could kind of decipher a titty and a thong in there, and so you tried to watch it as kids. But I think the first thing ours was magazines.
Yeah.
We used to steal fucking like we'd go to the convenience store, and Big Edward looked older than us, and so he would go by the magazines, and we'd be getting a soda or something, and they'd be watching us, but he was the one stealing.
Yeah.
And he would go stick a fucking magazine in his pants, and then he'd take it, and then we'd all fucking look at this fucking.
That was my neighbor. My neighbor would do that, and then he'd leave it in the orange grove next to our house.
Yes, and he would hide it in the bushes somewhere outside.
And so we'd go to Orange Grove and look, and then I started noticing pages were missing. He was ripping pages out and taking them home.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, maybe I should be touching this shit.
Yeah, but I also remember there being a little girl that when I must have been like, in second grade.
Yeah.
I must have been like 6 or 7 years old. And the neighbor was a year older than me. He must have been like 7 or 8. And they would babysit this girl that must have been about 8 or 9 or 10. Because she was just older than us and way more advanced than us. We were kids, and then she would be like, we'd play tag. That was a big thing. There was a bunch of kids in the neighborhood, and we would play tag. But then sometimes when there wasn't enough kids to play tag, I'd just be hanging out, and it was with the Dick Riders, Brian Dick Rider, and they would babysit this kid, I guess, and she'd be like, y'all want to see me pee?
What?
And we'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm fucking just a little kid. I'm like, what? And she'd go to the bushes, like between the house there was a building, and between the building and the bushes, there was a gap. No one could see us, and she would squat, like lean up against the wall and show us her shit while she took a piss.
I don't want to hear this story.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We were little kids, but that's the first time that I remember seeing that, but just not understanding, like, what did I just see? Where did that piss come from? But I don't know how we got into this conversation.
I don't know either. Jesus.
But yeah, but that was
started off with there's this little girl, and I was like, I don't like this.
No, but I was a little kid. But but then what's weird, going to prison and hearing people say that they lost their virginity at 7 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No, that
trips me out. Now that is fucking weird. Like what? I mean, I could see little boys are horny like that, but little girls too. I didn't know they don't.
No, you could be it could be your babysitter. You could be, 11 years old, and your babysitter's 13, 14.
I guess. Yeah, because I hear though that's what the Tanvir said.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Shout out to Tanvir who got molested, who's in India. Yeah, he said that they used to touch me when I was a kid, but I don't know. Like when I would hear dudes in it was mostly dudes in prison that would tell those stories.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I got
that could have set him off on
I lost my virginity
wrong path.
At 10 years old. Because I didn't lose my virginity till my junior year of high school.
Same.
And now
the last day of junior year.
You're gonna be a senior?
Yeah.
That was a gratuity.
I guess so. Or maybe it was the first day before senior year. One of the two.
But yeah, then to hear these people say that, and I was like, wow, dude. And now I don't know what the norm is, because I guess I was right in the middle. I would say I was kind of that is kind of late for my era. It was most kids that I talked to say, oh, wow, they did it like their freshman or sophomore year.
I remember
8th, 9th, and 10th grade.
I remember in 7th grade, I had a friend that sold condoms. He's like, man, I got these spermicidal condoms. And I was like,
the sheepskin, the lambskin.
And everybody was buying condoms from him. And
no one was using them.
I was thinking everybody's fucking, yeah. There's probably a bunch of dudes being like, yeah, let me get 2 of those and just keep them at their house.
Yeah, just to try to brag or wishful thinking.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting the condoms from. I think his older sister, but he was selling them like he was selling weed.
What? Yeah, because I remember to get condoms back then, someone had to be brave enough to either go in the store and buy them,
Yeah.
which everyone was embarrassed to do that. Go to Planned Parenthood and get the free ones that they give you,
The Duralex.
or Durex.
Durex? No,
Yeah.
I use Duralex.
Yeah, you Durex.
I use the
yeah.
battery.
They had a battery. Those had a
needed
battery.
a vibrator.
And or you went and had someone could go steal them if they weren't behind the counter somewhere, at a place you knew they weren't behind the counter. And I don't even know, like, this was the 80s, dude.
You guys weren't using condoms in the
Not
80s.
really, dude.
Yeah.
AIDS was just invented, and it was a gay thing, Everyone kind of looked at AIDS was a gay disease.
Yeah.
So if you weren't sticking it in someone's butt, you were pretty much safe, is the way I looked at it,
Yeah.
And thank God I never fucking caught a fucking STD.
Oh. I thought you were saying thank God I never got my butt fucked. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that too. That too, Josh. I do thank God for that too.
Yeah, but I didn't. All right.
Yeah, but no, I mean, because there's STDs. One time we had a crab scare go around the fucking apartment. When there was like 6 of us all staying in one apartment, and someone caught crabs. Someone did, and man, everyone had to.
Were y'all rubbing your pubes together? How did that happen?
We were all in a circle rubbing everyone. It was the 80s. We all had bushes, so we would all rub every morning when we would get up before we left the apartment. We would rub our bushes together.
Are those lice the same as the lice in your head?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
Crabs are just perverts.
Yeah, they're pubic lice, and head lice, I think, are 2 separate things. I don't know. That's a good question, Josh. Go out there and catch them both and see.
Nah, thank you. I'm looking it up.
But yeah,
crabs are not the same head lice, although both are parasitic insects that feed on human blood. They are different species and distinct shape. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, the lice for your pubes is like serious. He looks like the regular lice.
How do you say it in Spanish?
Piojos?
Piojos, yeah. But that was a thing every year. I never had piojos in school, but
I remember them checking us all.
yeah, they always checked us all.
And they never switched gloves and they never switched combs. They would just come, sit down, next. All right, you're good. Next.
I remember them
I'm
checking
just like,
us.
you're spreading it. That's what you're doing.
They always checked us for piojos, but
Yeah.
and there was 5 of us, and I don't remember us ever having them.
I got it as a little kid. I remember my aunt like brushing it out, and it looked like a pile of ants. It was so much. It was disgusting.
Yeah, well, good thing I dodged those and crabs, because when whoever caught those crabs, someone went and bought Rid.
What?
There's that crab
Yeah, I
killing
know.
stuff, and everyone had to fucking like. I was like, nobody can borrow my clothes.
I was thinking Raid.
No, not Raid.
That
Well,
would work too.
what you're supposed to do is I remember one of my cousins had told me, an older cousin said, you shave half your pubes, and then the other side that has hair, you spray with lighter fluid, and then you get an ice pick and a lighter, and then you light the pubes on fire, and when all the crabs run to the other side, you stab them with the ice pick.
What the fuck?
That's how you get rid of crabs back in the 80s, dude.
Damn.
So, yeah, dude. So I dodged that. I remember that was scary. We all had to everyone had to go buy.
What happened?
Rid.
The boys got crabs.
Yeah, we had to go fucking shampoo with Rid, and nobody can borrow no one else's clothes. And
Oof.
yeah, and that apartment was chaos. We got evicted from it like 2 times the first month. It was.
I couldn't live like that again.
No, not anymore. I couldn't remember when everyone was living at the comedy house?
The comedy house.
Irma Ruiz. Shout out to Irma who does the
I never went over there.
I never went either. but I heard them talking about it all the time, and it was Al, Israel, Drew Blues, I think Berto, um, and random other people would stay there, here and there. And I was just like, I couldn't live in a house with a bunch of other comedians, a bunch of them,
Yeah.
unless it was just this big old house and we were on different sides of it, and it was almost like living alone,
You can stay in the pool house.
just or just not where I'm sharing a room or sharing a restroom
Yeah.
with anyone where I'm constantly going, dude, can you fucking flush the toilet? Like, I've already had a celly.
Yeah.
I don't need that. And I've had those roommates here.
you pee.
I've had a roommate here, from like people that were between places. Wait, man, can I stay here for a month or 2 or 3? And they end up here 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro. And like one dumbass, he used to make ramen soups all the time. And then he would just put the pan in the sink with the little bit of ramen on the bottom of it and just leave it there.
Yeah.
And I would walk by it and look at it for a day, another day, another day. By the third day, and it's starting to get little gnats, I'd rinse it out, wash it, and go stick it out and lock it in the shed in the back, the pan. And then there'd be a plate, and then there'd be another pan, and then I'd wait and wait, and he would leave it, and I'd tell him, hey, dude, I'm not your fucking maid, bro. You need to fucking wash your shit and put it up. That's what we're going to get, roaches and rats, and we're going to get gnats, so wash. I don't like dishes in the sink. Whatever. I was going to get to it, dude. I'm busy. And he tried to make everything seem like a joke. And I was like, I'm telling you. And then he'd leave it, and I'd wash it, and I'd go lock it in the shed. And pretty soon he was like, hey, dude, where are all the dishes and everything? And I said, I've been throwing it away, dude. You didn't fucking wash it. And I'm not going to wash it, so I fucking got tired of looking at it. I'm just throwing it away. And, oh, man, yeah, so if you need some shit, you go buy it. And finally I had enough of him, and he had to get him out. He would come in here and walk around in his boxers.
Nice.
With his earpiece on, talking to, he did property management. And at like noon, he'd get up after drinking all night, get up like at noon, start talking to people like at 1 when I'm sitting here watching TV or doing what the fuck I'm doing in my living room. And he would come from the back bedroom in his boxers and a T-shirt with his earpiece and try to act like he was talking business to people. Oh, yeah, I've been in meetings all morning, but I just got freed up. So, yeah, about this property I've been trying to rent. And, he'd start trying to walk around here and look all big shot. And I'm like, bro, this isn't your office, motherfucker. This is my living room. And then he was, well, I'm doing business, bro. And he tried to be like, look at me, I'm always working. So I just put on porn. I just put on fucking porn loud as fuck, dude. I'd crank it up and just point, come in here and keep doing business, motherfucker. I'm going to be doing business too. And fucking he would just stay out of here. I was like, dude. Yeah, this.
And then he tells everybody he's just playing porn in the living room.
Yeah, that's all I ever does is play porn in the room. Yep, don't come over here.
And I'm working hard all day.
Yeah, well, dodging my porn fucking shit. Yeah, that dude is. And I can't have like having a roommate. I would rather not. Now then reap the benefits of someone paying half my mortgage or whatever that they're paying for, just giving me money.
It would have to be somebody who's gone all the time. Like somebody like Raul, if he was single and was like, "Hey, dude, I'm on the road. I just need a place to
when I come home.
Yeah, it's a crash. That's a perfect roommate.
That was like the best celly I ever had. It was a Muslim dude, and I remember when I got there to Beto, and I got this dude as my celly, and it was during Ramadan, and he was just gone or all the time praying or just respectful, stayed gone. I didn't even know the dude for like months. He would come in and I would leave, or I'd come in and he would leave. Best celly you could ever have is one that you never had to talk to. Because then you get the other ones that
tell you the whole story.
Dude, I had that one. Do you remember when I had that one fat fucking piece of shit fucking white dude living here that lived across the street, and they sold the house under him? He was renting a room from the dude that owned the house, and that dude wasn't paying the taxes. And it was his grandma had left it to him, I think. And then finally, I guess his mom jumped in and said, y'all aren't paying any of the taxes, and we're selling the fucking house. And this dude was like, dude, I don't have a place to go. Can you let me stay with you for just a few months while I find my place or something like that? And I was like, nope. and he was kept begging and begging, and finally I let him stay here. And this dude would just sit here, dude. He weighed 300 pounds plus, but he was only like 5'6", and he would just sit here drinking. He make these. He drank liquor, like whiskey and Sprites, all fucking day, starting at like 9, 10 in the morning, and he would pop pills and wear the same dirty T-shirt and dirty shorts and slippers, and all day long, just sitting here, crushing the springs in the sofa, dude, just crushing furniture, dude, just. And I would walk. I'd be out here, and I'd some days, like on a weekend, I'd boom come and cut the yard.
He didn't work?
Nah, no, he just sat here, and I was like, bro, like, you're not gonna help me, like, do anything? I'm giving you rent money. I was like, yeah, there's more to this house than just paying the rent, dude. Then there's maintenance to do too. I keep my room clean, and I was just like, never mind, dude. Never fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
And really, one of the last straws.
I mean, technically, he's right on that point.
No, he wasn't.
He's paying rent. That's part of the rent.
There wasn't.
You're the landlord. You're the landlord.
I know. I should have thrown him out. I didn't even want him here. He begged me to let him stay here, and that he would do his part of everything, and then he did nothing.
Okay, if he promised that, then that's different.
Yeah, he did nothing. He just sat here being a fat piece of shit. And then he worked on computers. He was like a computer geek. And one day, this one night.
Oh, so he worked from home.
Here and there. That wasn't like his job. If you happen to know someone that had a problem with the computer and he thought he could fix it, then he made a few bucks doing that. He didn't have a business. He just was a dude that fucked with the computer. So this dude came over for him to fuck with his computer, and the dude had a boa constrictor around his neck, dude. Like probably about a 4 or 5 foot fucking python. So, and
you're like, get away from Speedy.
Yeah, dude. He bent over because Speedy was right here and got all excited when that dude walked in, and he was like, "Yeah, is fat fuck here?" I go, "Yeah, he's in the room." And I was like, "Hey, you piece of shit! There's someone here to see." And so, oh my God. And so he's getting up and coming out. And then I come out, and this dude's bent over petting my dog with this snake all curled back like it's going to strike. And I was like, hey, bro, you need to get your fucking snake away from my dog. Oh, no, dude. He's tame, dude. He's domesticated. I was like, bro, he's a fucking snake. Like, you don't domesticate a fucking snake, bro. I don't give a fuck. Oh, no, he's cool. I said, I'm just letting you know, dude, if your fucking snake bites my dog, bro, we're going to have a fucking problem, dude. And then he was just like, oh, well, all right, dude. And I was like, yeah, all right, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if you're offended. And fucking he just, he was yeah, bitch. And then that dude made some kind of comment, because he had walked out and was watching this exchange between me and him. And then that fat piece of shit was like, oh, don't mind him. He's got small man's complex or something, he said. And I think I told something to the extent of I was going to slap the shit out of him. And then after that, pretty much he moved out. And then you know what that bitch ass dude did? I had bought an iPhone from him probably 6 months before this, before he even moved in with me.
Mm-hmm.
He had just told me, hey, man, I got this phone. I need some money. He was always broke, you know. I got this phone. I'm trying to sell it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll give you whatever. I bought it from for like $200. Well, I guess since he bought it and it was originally registered to him and there was never anything showing that I got it from him, all of a sudden he fucking, after when he moved out and shit, he went and reported that phone stolen.
Yeah.
And they kept turning it off. And I didn't know. All of a sudden my phone wasn't working, and I called the service, and then it was back on, and then within 10 to 15 minutes it was turned off again. And I'm like, what? And I'm calling them again. And then they turn it back on. And within 10, 15 minutes, it turned off again. And then I'm calling, hey, man, there's something going on with my phone. And then this dude said, they haven't told you? I was like, no, they just turned it on. And then 15 minutes later or so, it's off. And they said, your phone's been reported stolen. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
He went and reported stolen, so they wouldn't read, even though the service, I had my service legit, the phone itself, they were saying was stolen.
Got you.
So he fucking, yeah. So, and he moved out like when I wasn't home. I was at work and he took off. And then he started texting me all this shit. Fucking, you're a bitch and all this shit. And I was like, that's cool, bro. When I catch you, you're gonna know what's up.
I think I was a bad roommate because I never had a roommate back-to-back years. It was always like 1 year, and then next year, no, I'm gonna go find somewhere else. That's how you know you're not a good roommate. I think, right?
Well, maybe, yeah. If they just didn't. Did you know you were being a bad roommate?
No, not at the time.
Okay, well, I mean, do you know now that you were doing things that would be considered not good?
Yeah, just
Cleaning
not
up and shit like that?
cleaning
Eating,
and
not contributing to the.
dirty clothes. No, I'd contribute to that. I'd cook. I'd like, hey, I'll cook for everybody, but then all the dishes are there for like 2 days. So that was that part, and just yeah, not cleaning.
You know, one thing
And
I always hated.
the one the lat. So my friend moved out. He's like, I can't take this shit no more. I can't live with you, bro. Because he likes to keep the house like spotless, like,
Yeah.
and I'm the exact opposite. So I got this other guy.
You like to keep it with spots,
Lots of spots. He was a Marine, and so he ends up moving
kind of
in.
OCD ish.
Yeah, but I kept the kitchen clean, right? And then the living room, he was never in the living room. His friends would come over and just go to the room. And I was like, they can chill out here. What the fuck? Like, why are they all just going to the room? And they would walk in. They wouldn't say hi to me. His friends they just walk to his room and they give me weird looks. That's what I remembered until I remembered, like, oh yeah, dude. Remember you used to smoke weed out of a silver looking crack pipe? And they walk in there and you're smoking weed. And it looks like you're smoking crack. And you're like, what's, and I'm wearing my Nike beanie with my tall tee and fucking with the
like
chain.
like a
I look like a
gangster.
drug dealer / crackhead. Of course, I'm not saying shit. And then sometimes I didn't know if he was beating his girlfriend or fucking the shit out of his girlfriend. I could not tell. There was like 2 times I'm like, is he beating her up? What the fuck? He's either beating it up or beating her up. I don't know. But
Nice.
she never had any bruising on her face, so I always assumed, I was just like, wow, that's just some
The domestic violence.
some aggressive
roommates.
sex there.
No, I don't. The roommate thing, I don't like it. I don't ever care to have roommates again. I mean, I'll live with a girl. Don't get me wrong, but having like just some other dude live. One of the things I hate is having to ask that person to give me their part of the rent, or
Yeah.
when they know like it's already the end of the month or the beginning of the month or whatever your agreement is.
Yeah.
And they just keep on like, then you know they're dodging you, they're waiting for you to not be home, or all the stuff they know. You know, you just kind of seen it, and you're like, oh, I got to go through this fucking bullshit again.
That's what I was trying to tell George, because he was like, you should open up another or at least another place and then sublease to people and for the
Oh, like
business.
he was,
I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, dude, you know how big of a headache that is? People don't fucking pay on time.
Especially right now.
What happens is that I end up paying all of it, and then I got to go get all that money back that they owe.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking headache dealing with fucking people directly like that owe you money for shit.
Yeah.
Is a headache. It's hard to find just dependable, reliable fucking people, because there's pieces of shit.
The
dude.
worst was it was a podcast, and it was $100, right? And I'd done a bunch of it for them, and they paid me $55, and they're like, I'll get you later. And like 2 weeks go by, a month goes by,
And you got to hound them for 45
and then
bucks.
I hadn't said anything, right? I hadn't said anything after like the second time, and then a month goes by, and I hit them up like, hey man, can you send me the 45 today? And then they go, oh, if you need it, question mark. If you need it, bitch, you owe me.
Yeah, and what did you say?
Nothing. I didn't. I just stopped texting them. We never podcast again.
Did
That
they
was
pay?
it.
Did they send it?
No, they never sent it.
Oh, what a shit!
If you need it,
And it just sounds, so does that mean
like you're doing me a favor.
so you cutting them off? Is that basically what happened with that?
Yeah, I did.
Really? If they come and be like, hey, will you do this again? Be like, yeah, if you need me.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't be mean like fuck you, but at
You
the
wouldn't
same
tell them
time,
something
I
like
wouldn't.
that?
I
Like if
wouldn't
they
be.
said, hey man, can you do the podcast? And you'd be like, yeah, if you need me.
No,
And
I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and then if they say, well, yeah, I do, and then just don't respond.
I've done that before, where I just don't want to do the podcast, and I've recommended them to other studios or other people who can produce. And just because I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Not fucked up.
No, not them doing that, saying,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, if you need it. But people are like that all over the fucking place, dude. And the older you get, the less tolerance you have for that type of shit, dude. And so you just kind of just not even argue, but you just step away from
There you
it.
go. Yeah.
You just step away. Again, just distance yourself from that person and make your crowd smaller.
Yeah.
And that,
I think that happens on its own.
yeah, it does, and then well, you make it happen with certain in situations. I know I do.
What do you
And
mean?
make the crowd smaller. With some people, you just don't. Some people, that I would call, and then I just, for whatever reason, you just go, I don't need to deal with their bullshit anymore, and that's another one, out of your crowd, unless something changes,
Yeah.
and then you just start losing them as you go, or really social media, you see their posts, you see some posts that people do,
Yeah.
and you just go, all right, I want nothing to do with
I mean, I
that.
think some people that you already had deep, meaningful relationships at a certain point in your life, in your 20s or in your 30s or whatever it is, you might not talk to each other for a year or so, but when you see each other, it's like, where you
Yeah.
left off, which it's those types of friends. And then there's the other one where it's just, you're not in that same circle. And so you just don't see those people anymore. And it's weird. Some people feel guilt like, oh, those people don't like me anymore. It's just like, no, it's just out of sight, out of mind. And then people get the like they need to contact them. Like, are they contacting you? No? Okay. Well, then everything's
Yeah.
fine. Just you had that moment in time. You might not ever even see that person ever again.
Yeah, I don't know. When some friends, I feel like I don't know if maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I'm a way better friend to some people than they are to me.
That's
So,
always something.
so
There's probably people who feel the same. I'm a
yeah,
better friend to Edward than he is to me.
yeah, maybe, yeah, I'm sure. But I usually reach out to people just to see, to check on them and stuff. And then some people, like, I figured it out when I lost my phone during Fiesta and it fell into the fucking drainage ditch, and then I got another phone, but I didn't have anyone's contacts. And then you start to see who's your friend to see if anyone calls you to check on you, because I didn't have any numbers to call and check on anyone. And so I was like, motherfuckers, and no one's calling me. And then here and there you get a phone call and then like, yeah. Like, and then I'm like, who is this? Fuck. But then you're like, these motherfuckers. But oh well, that's just fucking life, dude. At this day and age, I don't even mind right now. Like right now, since I'm off recovering, I'm cool with just sitting right here doing fucking nothing right now and just
Getting some Sprite and some liquor and
Not
popping
even-
some pills. And
no, I'm not even doing that.
man, you smell like outside now.
Oh, he
Get
does
down.
smell like it. Maximus.
Get down. Get down. Get down. Come on, get down. Oh,
Okay, just let him sit down right there. Max. Yeah, this is Max for you, those of y'all that don't know. If you haven't met Maximus, I named him from The Gladiator. He's a Frenchie
Spaniard.
Boston Terrier mix. No. So what shows you got coming up, sucker?
July 17th through the 19th, I'll be featuring for Duncan Trussell at the Comedy Mothership
Oh, in Austin.
in Austin, Texas.
Joe Rogan's Club.
Yeah.
When is that?
That's July 17th through the 19th for Duncan Trussell. I'm supposed to be. Hopefully that remains, but yeah.
Why will it might not be? They change
I
it?
just think negative sometimes. Yeah.
You're a party pooper.
Yep.
So that's it? That's all you got coming up?
And check out Black Rabbit every Thursday through Sunday off at the Brazos in Austin, Texas.
And me, I don't have anything right now on the books because I'm recovering. But as soon as I know tomorrow more about it, I'm going to start booking some stuff, getting some dates out there. In the meantime, what's your take on the Spurs? They won last night
Yeah.
by 29.
Yeah.
So they're up 3-2.
3-2.
So the
They'll
next
win
game
this
is Friday.
series.
Next game is Friday
Yeah.
at like 8:30.
Yep.
You think they win it?
Yeah.
Next game they win over there.
I think they close them out unless the refs totally
And then
Fuck it up.
and then the big
OKC.
is
That's
OKC.
the real
That's
championship
gonna be the real
right there.
championship series. So they
Yeah.
and what do you think their chances of beating OKC is?
I think they could take him in 6.
And also in 6,
I think they could take him in 6.
and then they would have to go up against New York Knicks probably.
Yeah, that one I'm not as worried about. OKC I'm a little worried about. But if I say 6 because the 6th one we would be home. It'd be our home. It'd be a lot harder to go win it in a game 7 at their place.
Yeah.
So I say the Spurs have to win it.
Oh, because they have home court.
They have to win it by game 6.
We have to steal a game early.
Yeah, steal a game in the first 2.
And then win it
And
at
then
home
win-
in game 6.
Win at home.
Well,
and then hopefully they can
we'll
win
see.
over
I
there.
just
but if not,
went and bought a new Wemby jersey. So
it's Wemby size, so it fits him like a dress.
yes, I sleep in it.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to use it for the next round. I wasn't gonna break it out to the next round. So here we go. Go Spurs, go! And thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time on the What's Up Sucker podcast. Peace.
Deuce.